What's up, kids? Mike Power here. It's your boy. Beep, beep, beep. Were you telling me not to say what's up, guys? Yeah. You don't like my what's up, guys? What should I say instead of what's up, guys? I thought that's like a YouTube thing. It's in like the contract, you're supposed to say it. Like, what's up, guys? What's up, dudes? What's up, chicks? Just kidding. No chicks watch this video. Hey, how's it going? This is stupid Mike Power here. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Mike Power here. Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I can't live. I want to be their boy. Let me be your man. It me, Mike P. Hello, people sitting behind their computers watching this video, or on an iPhone. To whom it may concern. To the people sitting in the toilet right now, taking a fat dump, watching my video. Make sure you wipe. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Hey, how you doing? Hey there, how you doing? This is Mike Power here. Welcome to another video. We're gonna watch some clips of your boy driving a race car. Y'all got dogs? Can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog? That'd be tight. Dog reviews? We should do it. Dogs in cars review. Like, people send us pictures of dogs in their cars and we'll rate. Yeah. Are you filming right now? Okay, cool. This will be in the video. Send us pictures of your dogs in your cars, and we'll make a video about it. We love them puppies. We love them puppies, dude. What's going on, everyone? Oh! Definitely peaked the mic on that one. But we're gonna be... Fuck you, dude. Jump right in. You want me to do it again? I'll do it again. What's up, you fucking dickhead?
It is Mike Power.
We got another video for you today, something a little bit different than what we usually do. We're going to be reviewing my qualifying runs from the 2021 ProSpec season. And if you haven't heard, we're going to be racing pro, so it's going to be cool to give you guys an honest opinion on my driving and, you know, maybe pick out some flaws, maybe pick out some things I did really good, and maybe talk about what I can do in the future to just make sure that I'm constantly doing good qualifying runs, because with pro, we're definitely going to need it. The first round of the 2021 season with ProSpec was Orlando. So we went down to Florida, got on there, and it was definitely a challenging track. I never drove it before. I drove it on the simulator to get just a basic idea of the track layout. And this was the first race of the year. So just shaking off the cobwebs and getting comfortable with my car and just trying to put down a killer lap. So let's watch the video right now and let's see what I think of it.
All right, let's see what Mike Power's got. Power the babe. Power the voodoo.
The track was, man.
Here we go. Mike Power throws it in. S15. A little slow trickle there, but see if he opens that faucet and pours out some smoke. Looks like he turns it up here. Now slams down in that transition. Woo. Nice jump there. Oh, but it shoots him off. Man, he
that
really
jump
got off throttle.
was definitely the craziest feeling ever.
That jump really affected and disrupted his vehicle ride. That's going to hurt him. Looked cool though. I mean, do it for the gram. Do it for the gram, and that's what I say. If you can, you know, wreckers or checkers.
Yeah, and for me, I think if you're going to make mistakes, making aggressive mistakes is definitely the more preferred. I think the judges also like to see that. If you're making a mistake by not driving to your abilities, or you're spinning out because you just didn't approach the, you know, the track in the right way at all, that's one thing. But if you're making mistakes because you're aggressive, yeah, you're going to get some deductions, but I think if the judges will prefer that. And as you mentioned, you can see you've got really compressed coming off of the bank, and then right here you can see he pushed out a little bit too wide, almost went 3 tires off.
Yeah.
And the judges have assigned, I believe, 4 tires off as the incomplete for this track. And
so you're saying 3 is just a massive deduction.
Okay, cool. So I'll basically just run through this whole qualifying run because I have a good idea of like how I feel about it. So right off the bat, I'd say definitely not one of the best runs ever, but the commitment level is still really awesome. Just my type of driving is I like to push really hard just because I feel like that's a really fun way to drive, and I've just been, you know, trying to do that more and more, just be aggressive and show that. And this is definitely like a good case on that subject, because you could tell just trying to be aggressive, trying to be on throttle everywhere. And this track is just crazy because the transition from the bank into the infield is super steep. So the whole car compresses and it gets unsettled. And then we hit that jump before the next inner clip and the last turn. And it's just so much going on in such a short period of time. But still really cool. The one thing that was really unfortunate was since I hit that jump and it pushed me so wide, when I started going forward for the last turn, I actually came offline and I just mashed the brake to try and just slow down the front of the car and hopefully push it out wide so I can just get back on a wide line and finish strong. But I'd say it wasn't horrible. I don't think it's the worst run I've ever done. And it put us like mid-pack for the race, so it was pretty good. I think if I were to rate this like qualifying run, I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10. So that's how I feel about this one. It was definitely a fun track. I'm really looking forward to go back there, and you know, since I have some experience there, just look out for the things that I messed up on last time. Definitely work on having the car set up a little bit better for the super steep transition at the end of the bank and that obviously that jump. But yeah, that's Orlando. Let's move on to the next. Okay, now we are moving on to round 2, which was Englishtown. This is my home track. This is a place that we got a bunch of seat time in. I don't want to make claims, but I feel like before this race, I had the most laps on that track than any other driver. And that's awesome because it showed in our qualifying run, but wasn't awesome at the same time because we didn't do too well during the race. So, you know, it was like a 50-50. I was pretty hyped on how we were driving and just not happy that we didn't make it too far in the competition. But let's watch the qualifying video here. I'm pretty hyped on this one. It is actually really fun for me to watch.
We got better, more confident. So I was watching this IG video earlier about just throwing it down, and there goes Mike Power. Now into that second outside zone. Feels all the outside zone. He's familiar with this track. He's
screaming.
And right now he's really showing you why. His name is Mike Power. He's throwing it down. The light switch is on, and the power is full. Nice job there by Mike
Nice
Power.
little punt on the
Absolutely hitting
on the clipping point at the end there.
This could rival the 91.
Watching this video gets me really hyped because the amount of time that we spent practicing on this track, driving it previous years, and the fact that it's my home track definitely shows. So having done a really good qualifying run and having the judges see that and the commentating on it just being positive, you know, that's a super good feeling. So I know this may be a little bit biased because I'm the driver, we're reviewing myself, but I feel like this qualifying run compared to who got #1 qualifier, I feel like this one was a little bit better. But if you guys want, go ahead and watch the race and the qualifying and you let me know in the comments if you think we should have got it or not. But no big deal. Definitely super hyped on this still. And let's just talk about it. Let's go in depth on it a little bit. So again, right off the bat, just trying to be aggressive. I know this track. I know how fast I can go. I love that wall tap right at the entry. Was out wide. Good transition. Stayed wide the whole time on throttle. Good angle too. Hit all the clips. Nice snappy transition. A little bit of foot brake on that last turn just to keep it wide. And you could tell that I kept it wide because I ended up punting that cone at the end, the last clip for the finish line. But yeah, it was, I really don't have anything to pick apart this video with. I'm really not seeing anything too much. I could have been a little bit deeper in outer zone 1. But other than that, that's the only thing I really see. Could have been a little bit deeper out of zone 2 in the middle of the track, but trying to pick up that pace and go across there as fast as possible, you know, kind of does drive you off the outer zone. Yeah, now I'm certainly hyped on this one. This one is definitely my favorite qualifying run of the 2021 season, and I cannot wait to go back to my home track as a pro driver and do it again. So, yeah, that's Englishtown. Let's move on to the next, shall we? I love hearing when Jared and Ryan talk good about driving, like our driving. I think that's really cool. That gets me really hyped. So now we're going into round 3, which was in St. Louis. This track is super weird to me. I'm not a huge fan of it. I feel like It's technical in kind of like a negative way, but at the same time, we did really good here, but I definitely did not qualify great. The track is definitely fun because it's fast in the beginning and halfway through, but then it has these super abrupt, like slower momentum zones, like just 2 basic hairpins that you have to go from like full power to full stop and be super controlled. It was definitely weird through practice and getting into qualifying, and I think that definitely shows in how we qualified. So before I play this video, I'll give you a little bit backstory of what actually happened. I did my run. We'll review the first run that I did. And unfortunately, the last turn I spun out. And that obviously sucks. And that put us in the not so great 8. So we were actually fighting to be in top 32, which was the first time I've ever had to fight to be in top 32 and was definitely scary for me. Luckily, we got in and we ended up winning the race. So that's super awesome. Not to mention we qualified like, I think like 30th or 31st, and we ended up taking the whole race. So that's definitely a really great feeling. But let's jump in this and let's see what we think.
Mike Power, notably winner of last year's Irwindale, and that was quite a moment for him. Him getting, I always make fun of him, but in a loving way, very just getting emotional.
Jared always making fun of me for crying at Irwindale 2 years ago.
Power, coming in hot.
Ooh, nice little snap.
Racing S15, big angle from him. Is he going to be able to? Yeah, he holds on to that. See, he's talking about how wasn't exactly where he needed to be in practice yesterday, but says he's going to make some changes, and unfortunately, he's going to be in the less than grade 8, and that is a less than ideal scenario for a very talented driver. So unfortunately for Mike Power and that Power Racing MA Motorsports Sylvia S15 from New York, he's going to find himself in the.
Okay, so I'm going to talk over the replay here. The reason why this is like frustrating to watch is I entered the first turn, basically the first outer zone, really aggressive. I wanted to be aggressive, and it was funny because Scott, my spotter, was like, hey, I think you gave it a little bit more than what you were doing through practice. And he's like, I think you pushed a little bit too hard, and that's exactly what happened. So I entered a little bit too hard for the first outer zone and dropped the tire just the tiniest bit. And when you watch it from this replay, it's so frustrating because in the car, it felt so bad and it really like threw me off, and I had to like collect myself and get my head back in the game, and it definitely just screwed up how I was feeling for the rest of the run. But looking at it, it looked totally fine. It looked aggressive, it looked sweet. It was even cool that I held onto it and kept going. And then we hit the second zone, super hard snap into there, good on the inner clip. Outer 3 was great. And then the final turn, I think I just came in too hot. And the one problem I was having with that track was when I was switching back for the last turn, I would throw it in so hard that I would just over-rotate. And that's exactly what happened. So again, super frustrating first run because I feel like if I held on to it, it would have been a decent run. Maybe the judges would have looked past me tire dropping and just like gave me a good score. I feel like it would have been, you know, mid-pack, maybe like a mid to high 80s run if I kept it together and hit that last outer zone properly. So yeah, that is our first run for St. Louis, and we're gonna go into the not so great 8 run. So this, again, super stressful. It's probably one of the most stressful moments of my FD career because there was a chance for the first time that I might not even get to race in the top 32, which would be a new low for me, and I was really not having it. So I had to just try and chill out before my second lap and just do a basic lap that was good enough to get us into the show. And luckily, that's what happened. But again, it was definitely stressful. All right, so let's get into run 2.
So as you see, a backstop there for Alex Schlegel and Ryan O'Connor. But you know, Mike Power,
nice flick again. Slow off the line
now. You go in, you're in the position, then Justin Pollock goes out and scores a 90+ something. So that very well could happen. Mike Power goes in that third outside zone. A great great run so far for Mike Power. This is the point where he had the mistake. He looped it. Not the case right there. He's coming in hot. He's coming in heavy. But I got to tell you, palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. You know, the whole 8 mile.
Palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. Dang. Jerry Rod said some funny stuff. All right, so let's get right into the replay because they show the drone footage and it's a little bit better to watch. So nice flick in. I was definitely not deep enough on outer one. Let's see outer two. Outer two wasn't deep enough either. Inside clip was good. Outer three, super deep. Held that good. Pulled a little bit of angle out to get some speed. And you could kind of see in the first clip, you could see how the car snaps really hard, and I'm trying to save it from over-rotating like I did in the first one.
Put a score down that is going to be hard to top for the other drivers, but at the same time...
Definitely a weird technical track, but it was definitely a lot of fun. You know, anytime I get to drive my car and get put into stressful situations and come out, you know, unscathed, definitely awesome. Yeah, that snap at the last outer. Yeah, that was wild. And it's unfortunate because when you snap like that, it pushes you off the line. If I had a less angle in the car, it would have brought me out nice and wide, and I could have just stayed on the line when I got on throttle. But, you know, that just wasn't the case. But luckily, we made it in the show, ended up winning that race. So all in all, that was a great weekend for me. I definitely see where I could have done better. And again, all these tracks we're going to be driving this year. So I can't wait to go on there and just do better than I did last year. All right, let's get into the final qualifying run of the 2021 season, and that will be at Irwindale. So to give you guys a little bit of a backstory about how I feel on Irwindale, it's definitely one of my favorite tracks other than Englishtown. It's super fun, super aggressive. You really have to put it all out there, and you know, it's just a really rewarding track to drive on. But getting into this, we were feeling good because I won at Irwindale the year prior. So we were looking to just kind of pick up where we left off and just drive as good as we did 2 seasons ago. Unfortunately for us, the track was definitely different. Not to mention we were on a different tire. I'm not going to say that was any reason why it felt different. I think the main thing here was the track was feeling different because I was hearing it from a lot of the pro drivers and other drivers. But yeah, so practice was definitely difficult. And the main thing with Irwindale is it chews up tires. So the main thing was we're trying to get good gearing in the car so that we weren't overspinning the tires and burning them off in one lap. And that was definitely difficult. I felt like I didn't really have my car this race. And you could definitely tell that the car was a little bit set up the way that I'm not used to. You hear Ryan and Jared talking about it. You hear the car on limiter the whole time. It was just a weird setup for me. And I tried to pull it together. I thought I did a really good lap, but when I got out of the car and I watched it for myself, I was like, yeah, that just definitely wasn't the best performance on my behalf. So let's get into this. Let's watch it and let's see what we think.
He won this round last year, and like we were talking about in the show opener, Mike Power gained a lot of confidence, I tell you what. And just with every turn of that vehicle and every turn of the tire, he just gets more and more, you know, just seat time. And right now, Mike Power showing up. Look at that, split in the wing. Coming out into that second outside zone.
I think he's reached the top of that gear.
Yeah.
They're talking about how I'm on limiter the whole time.
He takes out that second inside clip. It'll be a deduction. It won't be an incomplete. And this is all, you know, you can hear that rev limiter being tapped. Find the right gear. We don't really prefer the kind of tapping of that.
So now we're getting in the replay. I don't hate this qualifying run. I really don't. High up on the bank, stay there the whole time, but then you notice that I add a little bit too much angle and the car starts driving off the bank and I try to save it, a little bob and weave. Decent on the inside clip. Got deep into the second bank before I even reached there. So I entered that zone early, felt good about it, but then I punted that inside clip. And the last turn wasn't that bad either. So the main thing was I was having the issue with feeling like I didn't have enough drive in the car. Basically not enough forward momentum to carry the car through all the zones properly. And you could definitely hear it because I'm running out of gear. So that's why this whole qualifying lap, I was basically on limiter the whole entire time. Also, it was sweet that I tapped the wall. I mean, I love doing that. You see the wings split and it starts hanging off. But Yeah, I definitely don't hate it. I think they gave me a reasonable score. I believe it was in the 80s, maybe like 82 or something. I think it was definitely reasonable. Wasn't upset about that call, especially after watching this run for myself. But was definitely hyped that I definitely gave it my best shot for this. Yeah, we got an 83. So definitely hyped that I pushed as hard as I can given the circumstances of just not feeling like I had the car that I had the previous year. But I think we were just trying to adapt to the track and just set it up the best that we can. And, you know, I'm only as experienced as I am. So maybe I could have known how to either back off the throttle, get some more grip, straighten out. That probably would have been the best thing, was pull a little bit of angle out of the car so that my forward momentum was better. But other than that, you know, I'm hyped. I love this track. I really can't wait to go back. I know I keep saying this, but this is what I do. I love drifting. I love driving on these crazy tracks. Not to mention we get to drive on new tracks. So I'm going to be in a situation where I have to learn how to drive a brand new track, and I have to be able to put down a good qualifying run to get into top 32, top 16, stuff like that. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, because if I missed anything, I definitely want to give you guys any information that you think you need or anything you want to know. I love hearing what you guys have to say about it. And also let me know if you like this type of video, because we do have a lot of content that we can review. Also, we're interested in reviewing content from you guys. So if you have anything you want us to see, maybe we could talk about it on a video, we're definitely down. We're here for making content for you guys. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe. And if you want to say what's up, leave a comment. But for now, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.